And he met this farmer who had been facing problems paying school fees for his children. Only for the farmer to say to him, no, you know, I have banished poverty from my house. He said, how? I've just sold rice worth ₦1 million from planting 2 hectares. I've settled school fees, I've sorted out my house, and now I'm going to go on to 3 or 4 hectares. In Jigawa 2 days ago, the chairman of RIFAN, the Rice Farmers Association, proudly announced, said we are getting richer. And very soon we'll be sending money to you people in the city. So the progress is being made. We're increasing soybean production. Kebbi did 100,000 hectares this season. They're harvesting now. Anambra with Coscharis and others, and farmers along the Anambra River Basin. We went there. The rice production is absolutely impressive. So a lot of things are happening. We're not getting response from every zone yet. Cross River is doing very well. Akwa Ibom is heavily into cocoa, right? So the reports are coming in. More of them have to join in doing this thing, because our job is to keep stimulating activity and encouraging production. We fell behind for a long time.
But there are lots of lapses here.
There are still lapses. Mechanization, for instance. We have less than 30,000 tractors operational in the country. But the answer is not just to buy tractors. The answer is even to train people how to run a tractor. If you go to the state of Punjab in India, they have close to 1 million tractors. Some of them are 30 years old. Hardly any tractor lasts 3 years in this country. The operators don't know how to handle them. They don't know how to service them. The driver has his foot permanently on the clutch. Send him to service the tractor. He will never buy genuine engine oil. He uses some fake oil to put in there, keep the money in his pocket. At the end of the season, he doesn't know to clean up the tractor. A bearing is wrong, remove it and replace it. No, you keep managing. You cannot send a tractor to a piece of land that's not well prepared, because you puncture the tires and maybe knock the sump. And then, of course, the engine crashes.
So what do you want to do about it?
We have to train tractor drivers. And then we're privatizing the whole business of managing tractors. It's now driven by a private sector business, supported by NICEL and the CBN. Don't give tractors to farmers or to governments to run, they can't run them.
The form of support that farmers are receiving right now is also in question, because Nigerian loaded the anchor borrower scheme, but that is just only addresses a fraction of the issues, you know. And then people now wonder what is happening with the Bank of Agriculture. I mean, you announced plans to recapitalize that bank and even lend at a single-digit rate to Nigerians. What is the delay about?
Oh, you know, processes in government are slow. First of all, you have to get a new license for the Bank of Agriculture. We're now getting them what they call a nationwide microfinance bank license. Because as of today, the bank is in place as a development bank. It can't take deposits. So after this restructuring, we're going to open up the bank to 25 million shareholders.
When would that be?
We are as good as close like a month. Processes are slow.
Are you referring to 2016?
Yes. The Bureau of Private Enterprise has to do its work. The shareholders are the Ministry of Finance and the CBN. We are the overseeing ministry. Now, these structures have to be done properly so you don't break any laws. Once you get this license, farmers can now deposit. We can have a branch in virtually every village in 2 rooms. And the farmers now know this is our bank. I want them as shareholders so they are participants in the whole process of running their own bank. So at the AGM, farmers' representatives can come and talk, and we'll decide each year whether the interest rates are too high or too low.
You see, Nigeria's current rice production stands about the demand stands at 7 million, and of course the supply 3.5, even though this is in contention in some places, so you would help us correct that. And then the deficit is roughly about 4 million. You know, and then we also intend to be the biggest and largest rice exporter in Nigeria amidst all the hunger issues going on. How are we going to sort out this?
First, the exciting thing is the response of the Nigerian farmer to the call by government to get to the farm. Second is the support the ministry is giving them, one of which is the soil test we did, so that the yields are higher now. In fact, any bank lending to farmers now has no reason to panic.
For those who understand the soil map.
Yes. Oh, no. It's the business of the governments of the states, the ministries of agriculture, to tell the farmer, if you're planting rice in Imo State or planting in Jigawa State, this is the nature of the soil in Jigawa. This is the fertilizer you apply to rice. If it is to wheat, you change the formula. If it is to bananas or to gum arabic, you alter the formula, because each of these crops has a different demand on the soil. The soil has 16 nutrients. The micronutrients are so many: boron, zinc, manganese, and what have you. The macronutrients are the nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium. Now, like I said earlier, people just mix them up and apply just anything. With this soil map and blenders who are trained, they now know what kind of fertilizer to give you. And when you apply that and follow the formula, there's no reason to go wrong. So the response is fantastic. The rice paddy production is so high now that we've had to bring in new rice mills. Because it's one thing to produce paddy. If you can't mill it, it's not yet rice. Sure. Right? So we've just brought in 110 rice mills, from 100 tons a day to 10 tons a day. And we're going to start organizing cooperatives and distributing.
Is it in partnership with a company or something?
No, the Ministry of Agriculture brought them in. We're going to sell them at discount rates and giving the farmers and cooperatives time to pay back. So that in the next 2-3 years, every grain of rice produced on the farm is taken up and milled and put in the market.
So how many states enjoy how many?
Every state will have at least 3 machines. We're going to put 2 mills in Lagos, 40 tons each. Paddy will be delivered from here, from the nearby states, Ebonyi, Cross River, Jigawa, wherever, by rail to Lagos. We mill rice in Lagos because Lagos is the biggest consumer of rice. And we want to make smuggling of rice unattractive. First, because the foreign rice is not exactly as healthy as it looks. I mean, some of this rice has been in silos for 7 years.
All right, just hold on with your thoughts. We're still with the Minister of Agriculture, and we're discussing agriculture as a means of diversifying the economy. Please stay with us.